What's up with it? My name is Devoila Knight,
I'm Peter Prophet.
and we here to
We announcing the Saint tape.
All right.
Basically, what we've been working on. Well, we've been working on a lot, but hell, I'm so glad that I linked up with this guy to help me find and build a sound, and that's why we talking to y'all now. We about to drop the Saint tape.
So before we drop, I got a few questions to ask. You feel me?
Okay.
Just to, let the audience know what's to come.
Okay.
So, last year,
Right.
you dropped To the Teeth.
Right.
Right. Which is very gun heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Walk us through the process of To the Teeth, and then where we are right now with the Saint tape.
Well, where I was with To the Teeth, it was in the middle of the pandemic. It was so many things that was happening. Like, I've always kept guns, but like prior to that, I had lost my guns. They got stolen or whatever, and some situations happened to where, like, you know what I'm saying, I needed those guns and I didn't have them. So I started getting more guns, and hell, when you start to get in the hobby or something, I had money, so I just kept buying guns, and that's the thing that goes about the producing, because it's like, hell, I was doing all my beats via YouTube. So the idea from To the Teeth really started from, I wanted to do a mini movie to make it like a Black John Wick type thing.
Dope.
And like that was like the soundtrack to it. But I wasn't able to really get everything shot as far as the mini movie to make it make sense the way I wanted it to. But then also I was able to convey, like, you know what I'm saying, gun safety and not just being like an idiot about it. Now, I'm not sure if I really conveyed the message all the way. I mean, I got some dope ass pictures and shit. Like, I had the family picture with all the choppers and shit that.
For sure.
And I think the angle that I was trying to come from, I'm not sure if I fully captured that, just because it's like, hell, it was in the middle of a whole bunch of drill shit that was going on. So then, like, with the Saint tape.
Oh, no. So, To the Teeth was your reaction to the drill scene?
Yeah, it was more or less like, with the good, people make it seem like you're not supposed to be dangerous. It's okay to be dangerous.
Sure.
I'm a dangerous individual. Like, there's nothing wrong with me showcasing that from time to time. You know what I'm saying? I'm human. So, I think that the message that I was giving off, it got across, but it's just, I'm not sure if it got conveyed to everybody that way. So it was a little kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't all the way sure of it, but it's still a great body of work, because when you listen to it, it's not like overly aggressive ass songs or nothing like that. Like, hell, a couple of them are still kind of like hip hop and shit. So
make sure y'all check that out. To the Teeth.
Yeah, make sure y'all check out To the Teeth. Now with the Saint tape, I think more or less the whole thing about the Saint thing that I came up with, it started really on like the half boot. I just didn't have a name for it yet.
Okay.
And it's a song I got called Just Believe, and like the flow on it, it's like uplifting, and you know what I'm saying, just anything is possible. Always stay optimistic about anything, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where the Saint thing comes from. And I took it a little bit further when I did the Saint letters.
Okay. Now, can you go into that? Because that's where it started with the Saint tape. It starts with one of the letters.
Yeah.
So
I did 3 letters first.
Okay.
And the Saint. See, look, talking about To the Teeth. I'm strapped now. Sooner than booted. So I started with the letters, right? And the first letter I actually didn't put on the Saint tape, just because I don't even know why I didn't do it. I was already at 8 tracks. So the first letter is not on there. So the intro of the song is actually the 3rd letter, and that's basically just me kind of identifying with anybody like me. You know what I'm saying? Because when you listen to it, it's like basically me just. Sometimes as black men, we think we got it worse than what we do. So I got a line on there where it says like, "Promise my mama we would make it out." She said, "Son, we wasn't in it. What you talking about?"
For sure.
Didn't get it then. Think I got it now. Lose a single cent of love for every dollar found. So it's just like, I know me as a black man, sometimes I be feeling like I didn't get passed on the financial like legacy or knowledge to win in this world or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like that's kind of where that comes from. But then at the same time, hell, I never really had it that bad. I'm a Trotwood kid.
For sure. So do you feel like going from To the Teeth to the Saint tape, like is there any like contradiction, or because when you're talking about guns on this one, and then it's more so like wisdom, like you said, with the uplifting, like do you feel it was any contradiction, or do you feel
it's gonna be contradiction, bro? I'm a human.
For sure.
I'm a natural walking, talking contradiction.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I say that on Instagram. I say I'm human, so my promises ain't always synonymous. Like you ain't always gonna get just because I say that's how I am. That don't mean how it's gonna play out every time. Like shit, I'm human.
For sure.
So I think as far as contradiction, like it's necessary, especially if you're an artist. How can you be an artist and not contradict yourself? Like because you're gonna be thinking on one spectrum, and then it's like hell when the next song come, you gotta think of the next spectrum. Or like if you doing it all, like nigga, if I shoot a video and I want to convey some type of message or some type of play out, I got to think about all the other parts too. So I mean, shit, you gotta play both roles. You gotta be like hell. Sometimes I gotta be super Goonie P and XYZ, and then I can motherfucking in the next instance I can put on a blazer, some slacks, and talk about the Saint tape and being godly.
It's all about the layers, you feel me? So we all have layers to ourselves, so I get that for sure. So I was able to produce some of the songs on there.
Produce some. This nigga got 6 out of 8 songs talking about produce some.
Most of it on there. So how would you describe the sound? I know it, but how would you describe the sound?
I would say it's damn near like I want to say baptism, but then I kind of want to say a devil's baptism, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? This shit is of the light. Like I always say, this shit is of the light. Like most of the shit that come out, it's just wisdom. Like half the shit that I be talking about that sounds smart, or the way I look at shit, that's just me, or it's just something in me. I don't know this shit. Like it literally just, it's out there. So I think how it is in my head versus how I spit it out. It's more or less just, I guess, me tapping into the good person part of me, or you know what I'm saying, looking at life like we was talking in the van not too long ago about the glass always being half full. Like you know what I'm saying, we all got tragedies, we all got stress, strains, downfalls, all that shit. Like we all got temptations that we fall to and shit like that we dealing with that we can't quite get over. But hell, sometimes recognizing those issues and speaking about it is enough, or at least the start of it. So I think that's more of the message that I'm conveying with the Saint tape. It's not necessarily about me being like perfect or holy or anything like that. It's just more or less like recognizing I'm not perfect, but I am a good person.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
So when I say talk about the sound, so I know it's heavy with the samples.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not really what most people are used to hearing right now with the 808s, but there are, artists like Currency, Nas, Larry June, do you feel like the sound to be embraced as far as just the samples, or?
I was a little skeptical at first, but being that, you know what I'm saying, I'm seeing that people are actually doing that and putting out projects of that magnitude with like no drums, no hi-hats, no nothing, this, that, whatever, and people vibing to it. I don't see why they shouldn't fuck with this. Like,
for sure, it's fire. So I know they're gonna mess with it.
Yeah, and then like I was also telling you, hell, as far as the beats go, because we actually have a project that was the Saint tape before this that we're putting out next So you know what I'm saying? But the stuff that we did on this project, it's more fitting, and really it starts with the beats, and it's like hell, I told you, it's damn near as if you knew exactly what I was going through, or the right shit to get me at the right time to build this, to make it feel like the Saint tape, because the one that's not going to be the Saint tape, it doesn't quite feel like the Saint tape. That makes sense.
Gotcha. So it has 8 tracks. Now I went back. Every project you got of yours is 8 tracks. What's the importance of that, bro?
It ain't as deep as you might think it is. Well, the first 8 was the half boot. You know, they call it half boot, or they call it an eighth. You know what I'm saying? So I gave him 8 tracks. My nigga Bashir gave me that idea, and I just been running with it ever since. So, and also like it's just a adage that I said in the flow, like 8 is enough, and you turn it sideways, it's forever. You know what I'm saying? So like, I give you 8 songs, you'll forever be wanting more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, I mean, later on in the year, I am gonna put out a full length project, but hell, that number 8 has been working for me so far.
Dope. Now, it's crazy because, like you said something key. You said it seemed like I knew, you know, like the right beat to send you to get you out of, you know, where you at.
Yeah, because so 2 out of the 8 songs you didn't make, they made by Spy Yuta. And I think that's how you say his name. I ain't never had a conversation with dude. It was on the YouTube side. So that was still kind of part of me trying to tap in as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, with that Saint thing. Because like the Saint idea, I was going to make it a project. It was going to be called The Legend of Saint October. And it's these handful of songs that's like real personal to me. Like I got my friends on them. I got my family on them. Like I have a song with my mom, my dad, and my grandmother on them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I ever played it for you. Like, that's crazy. You ain't never heard The Legend of Saint October, but the thing about it is that it's like, hell, we had that one link up, and then I think you gave me Isanu, Make Away, and I want to say Saint Please Come Home. I want to say you gave me all 3 of those in that session. It was just like, damn. And the shit came out so smooth, and all of it is kind of like in the same vein, the essence, and then the Dire Straits. Nigga, you was playing that on live one day, and I just came up with a hook before you even finished it. I'm like, fuck what you doing, bro? Send me that motherfucker. And you had that song back in like 2 hours.
Did for sure.
So damn, what else is it? Mercy. I think you just sent me Mercy, and hell, I was sitting in the sauna listening to it, and like hell, I mean, like I said, I'm human, so I ain't got all the parts of me ain't always the best. So like, what came from that song was just more or less like, hell, being a husband and not always being perfect, or you know what I'm saying. Sometimes we don't put ourselves first enough, and sometimes we are selfish and we put ourselves first too much. So you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like where Mercy came from, and hell, I came up with the idea in the sauna, so I was sweating out my stress. You know what I'm saying? So motherfucking
let it flow out. It just flowed out. So I wanted to talk about Amen. Okay. You said when I sent you that. Tell me about the importance. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so Amen. My wife's grandmother died in January, and she's been like a grandmother to me. Like, I've been in their family 25 years. So, you know what I'm saying? To see her go, it really hurt me or whatever. So, the morning of the funeral, you sent me that beat.
Crazy.
And you sent it to me slowed down, like on some church shit. And I told you, as I'm riding in the procession, like, I'm like, bro, I like it, but we're going to have to speed it up. I'm in the funeral flag on the thing and everything, you know. And then I come up with the hook, like, Amen. Amen. And then shit, later on that day, you sent me the sped up version, and I took a lot of what I heard in the sermon at her funeral and put it in that. And then just like I got her voice at the very end of it.
Right.
And the shit she's saying is so powerful. It's like it's just a testament to what type of woman she was and the type of people that she brought up, and like hell, how she made me feel sometimes. Like, because as far as my wife's family, I wasn't always like initially like her grandmother was one of my first few friends in the family. So it's like
it's deep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So and it worked out. I mean, my wife loves me for life for putting her granny on the song and dedicating the song to her.
That's what's up. So this project is bar heavy.
Okay.
Do you have any concerns with like the bars not being caught or it's going over people's head?
I think when you're a really good lyricist, you got to get over that. You can't dwell in that because, hell, if that's the case, it's bars from the Half Boot they still ain't got. And it's probably bars from GTC projects that they still ain't got. So I don't think, like, I don't worry about it as much. And then, like I say, this shit is a light. So it's like, hell, eventually, if you don't get it now, maybe you'll pick up the wisdom of where it's going to make sense later.
Facts. Because I definitely had to play something. But, like, as I play it back, I catch something new.
So, and that's what I've picked up from some of the lyricists that I respect over the years, and some of the people that I feel like are goats or influences. Like I really don't think I have influences anymore because hell of what we doing. We building the sound, so it's like I don't go looking for nobody's sound or nobody's sound and beat or nothing like that. It's just like
stay in your lane.
Really, I mean, hell, you creating the sound. I'm just it just click in to where it's like, and then sometimes it be some simple shit and I come out with something crazy like Funky Fantasy.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? y'all get that song?
Soon. All right. So you say I apologize if I come off too churchy. I'm just asking God for mercy. So, and at the beginning of To the Teeth, I'm gonna go back to the Teeth. At the beginning of To the Teeth, in the intro, you know,
that's a real crazy ass song. Clint Taylor, he produced that song, and I still ain't used them songs yet, but it started to tape off crazy to where it's like, because I knew that To the Teeth was gonna be taken like, you know what I'm saying, damn near on some hardcore gutter type shit or whatever, and I wasn't necessarily trying to convey that, but then at the beginning I started with some shit that's damn near almost like Kendricky or whatever, because it's like, Father, forgive these sins, goddamn it, you know what I'm saying, and that song is more or less just about like being addicted to money to where it's like you don't care about nothing worldly outside of that but some money. You know what I'm saying? It's just like and then having some money and being that's all people care about, that's all you care about.
Gotcha. So the tape ends with you saying, "Saint, please come home." Is that a clue or a hint of something, or like what is that?
Man, it's all type of meanings to that. Like, initially, like I just see it as, initially it was me talking to God or whatever, or God talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like how I finish it. I'm like, I'm just living life. When I return, hopefully God said I did it right. Saint, please come home. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the thing of not knowing why we here, but enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying every moment of it. Like, hell, we had conversations where we ain't no music playing or nothing like that. And we just talk about, like, you know what I'm saying, principles and glasses being half full and shit, just being blessed to talk like this, to breathe like this. You know what I'm saying? And the Saint Please Come Home is just like really me telling myself too to stay tapped in to who I am and what I'm doing, as far as like, this is my idea of soul music for myself. So it's like, all right, well, ET phone home. We know you're a little weird. We know you can do all this extra shit because I got all types of music. But it's like, I feel like that song kind of encapsulates the sound, and that's why I chose at the end Cause it's like the sample is so crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and then hell, it's a bar in there that's kind of selfless, selfish, and braggadocio. When I say I show love and light to those not holding candles,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I'm saying, like that's kind of just
slow it down and say it again. What you saying so people can understand what you said.
I show love and light to those not holding candles. So basically, you know what I'm saying, that's you know, like we all equal, but when it comes to talent, everybody ain't equal.
But
and you know what I'm saying, like I tend to show people a lot of love, or you know what I'm saying, I don't mind people getting their shine, X, Y, Z, this, that, whatever. Like I love to see people win, but at the same time, it's like I ain't gonna say that it ain't always reciprocal, because that don't even matter no more. But the reality of it is, and well, hell, I guess I would say the non-saintly way, but hell, if you was in church, they'll speak to you about God like this. So, like, hell, I just feel like you can't. It's so many that can't hold candles to what I be doing and the shit that I be working on. Like, yeah, I know my shit's different. Yeah, I don't put out shit that sound like everybody else, and I be in a different world sometimes. But that's me. This is my world.
So basically, people don't understand the blessing of working, or you know, the bars that you bless them with. You know what I'm saying? At times.
No, I mean people ain't gonna always see it. Like I say, this shit is of the light.
For sure.
You gotta get enlightened.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the little and big and small and tall of it all. Shit, like hell, you got to be enlightened somewhat. Like I'm not kicking no nonsense to where it's just like, oh, well, this shit banging and da 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 da, or at least this go around. Like hell, like I said, I'm human, so my promises ain't always synonymous. You might get something different out of it. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like hell, who knows? I might do another to the teeth. Like shit, I just dropped a weed smoking tape with Flam, but all these parts are part of me. Like I smoke weed. Like I got a gun in my pocket right now. Or you know what I'm saying? Like it just is who you are. Yeah, that's who I am. So
you make I got you. So to the Saint tape, do you have a release date?
The release date is what's that? The 26th, May 26th. I think that's May 26th.
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
Right around the corner. All right. Is there anything else that you want, the audience or the listeners to know? Or
oh yeah, being that I done started making all this, or being that we started making all this new music with this new sound, I've been kind of working on an imprint that kind of put everything that I do up under, and I'm calling it Hail Olde Hearts. So it's supposed to be said like Hail Olde Hearts, like HALO'D but that's taken. So I had to think of a different way to say it. So I came up with Hail Olde Hearts, HAILOLDE Hearts. You know what I'm saying? And what that did, it helped me kind of make it a deeper meaning, because back when I did Broken Scales, I came up with that idea kind of based off the book of Anubis. And you know what I'm saying? As far as like when we die, they supposed to weigh your heart, and if your heart is lighter than the feather, then you get to pass on into heaven. If not, then you go to purgatory or whatever. So Hail Olde Hearts is kind of like a part of that. Like the logo from it starts from a cola nut, which is a sign of integrity, and that's kind of like a scale to me. You know what I'm saying? So then it's 4 different parts of it. I got the halo up top, I got the heart to the left, like the heart to the left, and then I got the feather on the right, and then I got the fleur de lis on the bottom, because basically like this, it originates in France, but it means so much to black people as far as like what it signifies.
Can you go into that? Because I don't think a lot of black people. It's just
like it has to do with like a whole bunch of pride and like through bondage and misuse and stuff like that. Like you see that New Orleans has it as their mascot, but if you really talk to people like from New Orleans, a lot of black people have this tatted on, and it's like a symbol of resilience, strength, just basically like survival, pride. You know what I'm saying? Being happy of what and who you are and things of that nature, and that's kind of like what I'm encompassing with all this music, because it's like, hell, with the shit that you making and sending me is allowing me to be who I am and be okay with it. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
If that makes sense.
For sure. So okay, so Hail Olde Hearts. What do you? Is it like going? They gonna be able to? How you gonna introduce it?
What you mean? That shit sound good. The logo fire.
Nasty. So
Like,
once y'all see it, you know, y'all gonna understand.
Yeah, you might be able to get you a piece of something. Shit, I don't know. I might keep it exclusive. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But nah, it was a great experience. You know, making this project with you, bro. And like, I appreciate you. Like you said, even holding light to, you know, to those who don't have candles. You know, this guy has worked with some greats. You know, and you know, just to be able to, like I said, experience this with you, bro, it definitely like was a blessing, bro.
Man, the past is the past, and the path is the path. I'm just glad to be walking with you, brother.
Period.
We Hail Olde.
Period. Everybody, check out
Saint Tate, May 26th.
For sure.
Memorial Day weekend. Played at such a barbecues. If you done lost somebody or whatever, Amen is a song for you. If you're going through something, temptations, whatever the case may be, Mercy is a song for you.
For sure.
Shit. If you're feeling depressed in the morning and you don't feel like there's no way out, Make a Way is a song for you. You know what I'm saying? It's a New is basically like me reclaiming that, you know what I'm saying, I can break a shell and be something else. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of anything. And then shit, like a saint, I always come back home.
Period.
So yeah, May 26th, make sure y'all check out the Saint Tate. Peter Prophet, my dog Devoila. We got hours of music to bring y'all in the future. This is the first of many talks that y'all gonna hear from us.
Sure.
I appreciate y'all.
Hope y'all enjoy. Same.